All right, welcome back. Oh, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. They're cutting this line. Shut your ass up. My knee knocked the cord out the thing. It's all good. It's a conspiracy. Get your ass out that spookism. That's all you need to know. Get your ass out that spookism. We back. Ain't no conspiracy. Oh. Yeah, the spooks and shit. We gonna finish this off, man, because we gotta finish this off. Finish this conversation off. So my Jupiter tribe can be sufficient and stuff, and so we can be up to date with them too mentally. And even if we not getting no feedback from them and stuff like that, this is when it gets to the spiritual aspect of being in the mind with God and being where God be. You know what I'm saying? And that is your ability to expand beyond time and stuff and bring your spirit back and stuff too. This they got this from Native Americans. They know what the fuck the deal is, but we gotta try. You know what I'm saying? We gotta try. Okay, let me see if the sound is all good. I know.
For the full moon. I mean,
shout out to Dolo. He lied. Shout out to Dolo. All right, and I'm good too. So double shout out. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be none of this if it wasn't for Flight Boss. Real shit. So, yeah. So let's get back to it.
Rest of the solar system, and then and then we go from being hopefully a multi-planet civilization to at some point multi-stellar civilization.
That's the thing. There ain't nothing to
be
scared of.
Stars.
Nothing to be scared. Well, at least Native Americans thought like that. So we thought if we died and shit like that, we was gonna come back and find another way to get here too. And we taught them that system anyway and stuff. But they just trying to come back being what they own, doing what they do.
And then we can try to find out what is the nature of the universe. Perhaps when we go to and visit these faraway star systems, where we'll discover the remains of long dead alien civilizations. I think that would be incredibly interesting.
They try to, so like I said, they try to be in the space of their ancestor, because whoever had the first thought to go and take over and invade, they feel like they praise that person or whatever, and doing what they do keep them in adrenaline of that.
Interesting, but for sure it will greatly improve our understanding of.
You ever heard of your Paris child?
Of the nature of the universe, dramatically.
Absolutely. Yes.
So and things like the time scales are just remarkable to think about. I mean, physics suggests that the universe is about 13.8 billion years old.
That's the concept that they.
And I mean, even the elements in our body that aren't hydrogen, like any heavier elements had to be formed in the center of a star, and so the
star is a government. I already showed you that the last live stream.
A large part of our body was actually formed in the center of a star, and that star exploded, and then the elements recondensed.
So this is them having a government, having a mind about something, and putting that to test. And once it explodes and stuff like that, go through the many changes or whatever, and go through the war or whatever, it still prevailed. That's how they feel about their thought.
Ultimately, billions of years later, to form Earth and humans. So
Earth, their concept about Earth, and their concept about humanity.
So when you think about these timescales, they're really remarkable to think about. But a civilization that lasted 1 million years. So our civilization, like I said, I think a good metric for saying when does a civilization start, I think, is maybe writing. That's if you're going to pick anything, I'd pick that.
Slavery. That's
only 5,000 years ago. So
when did slavery start?
So for a civilization like this, it lasts an incremental 1 million years. That's an enormous amount of time as compared to the length of human civilization, but it's very small compared to the age of the universe. You'd have to go 3 digits past the decimal point of 13.8 billion years, just to increment 1 million years. So I think we may find when we go out there and explore these star systems that
when they explore these thoughts and what they got on their mind and they plan in this order or this leadership that they trying to
that there were alien civilizations. Maybe they lasted for millions of years, much longer than we've lasted.
And since we got this concept of giving humanity some order and structure like that, maybe we are a part of a God system. That's what they say.
And I think any civilization that can last a million.
But they get mad at for y'all for getting on here and saying y'all gods and goddesses, all you conscious people, because of us. You don't got that type of pull or nothing like that.
So anyway, and I think as for humanity, we don't want to be one of those lame one-planet civilizations. Like, any self-respecting civilization should have at least 2 planets.
Any self-respecting civilization should have either 2 planets. This is them justifying their thought again, their God.
So that's what we should aim for.
Wow. If you so you just said that the human body comprises of elements of an exploded and then reordered elements, right? So do you think that this coincidentally happened, or do you believe in God?
Do you think she's doing reverse sarcasm right now? But God is basically the government, so that's what she asking them. Like, do you believe what we're doing is right? How you feel about this spiritual system that the Native Americans afflicted us with, whatever? They just psyoping right now. They just banter.
I'm just curious because many people say, okay, this cannot have been a coincidence. That cannot, right? So it just could have been God. So do you believe in God?
Them questioning.
Well, I'm open
power.
to believing in things.
It's the richest man in the world.
Proportionate to the information that I receive. So, I mean, I guess I have sort of a physics view of reality, which is.
This is them justifying why they're a smarter person and why y'all not smart as them because of whatever they physics or whatever, or what I'm saying, what's weight or what's impactful, them getting lost into the spirit over and over again into their own hell. And coming here and thinking order and taking over as the master or some shit like that. And making y'all suffer if you don't believe that concept.
I guess I'm trying to understand the universe as much as possible to understand what's going on. I'm certainly open to the idea of God. And if you say, like, well, where did the universe come from? How is it created? I suppose there would be some entity that you could call God.
Since we created civilization and we got this power, and people believe us, should we call it God? Are we God?
I don't know. But that's a separate question from, say, is there some entity that is observing our daily actions and rendering a moral verdict on what we do from day to day? That doesn't appear to be the case because, at least there's some very evil things that happen in the world. And if there's someone observing us on a moral basis continually, then it does seem odd that some very evil things are allowed to occur. But
whatever. This is like thinking the Native American way was evil, like them thinking I'm evil or something like that because I'm up here calling them out. You don't know nothing, so it's like it's covert racism.
But maybe that is the case. I don't know. I try to form my opinions based on what I learn.
And what they learning is shit. We empower, baby.
As I learn more, I aspire to change my views to match what I learn.
Yeah, same here. To be honest, I'm still on a search. I don't know what to believe. So it's called
You can believe ostrich. That's your cousin.
be a agnostic. And but it's very interesting to see how the world and also the universe evolved. It was incredibly interesting to listen to your visions. It's quite a vision for every one of us.
Yeah,
Them justifying them being in power, them justifying them not fucking with the Native Americans, them justifying all of that shit.
see that what I have is a philosophy of curiosity. So I'm curious about the nature of the universe, and
being unfair, them justifying that shit.
I would say I subscribe to the Douglas Adams school of philosophy that was described in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In that book, the Earth was sort of a giant computer that was trying to answer the question, what is the meaning of life? And then it comes back with 42, and then
this big Elon, this big E.
What is 42?
We in government now. This big E. Y'all better get out of big E way and shit. I'm getting out of big E way. You know what I'm saying? They thinking they erasing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Check this out. We going to Jupiter. Let us just go to Jupiter. Real shit. Don't worry about how we get there. Just let us go there.
I mean, and it's actually the answer is the easy part, and the question is the hard part. That was actually quite an illuminating thing for me, because I had a sort of an existential crisis when I was, I don't know, 12 or 13 about the meaning of life. And I read many of the religious texts and the books on philosophy. It's like reading Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, and whatnot, which is a bit depressing if you're to read as a child. Ultimately,
why?
Well,
why?
They're a bit negative.
Yeah, because it's about y'all taking over. Just when you learn your history.
Times, it's actually, it makes more sense reading it as an adult.
It's the way life is.
A book in philosophy.
No, man, you come in free. You don't come in with all of that weight on you and stuff like that.
In the form of humor, and I think it kind of really that I thought was very insightful. That we should basically try to understand the nature of the universe, and in fact understand even what questions to ask about the answer that is the universe.
And when they say in the universe, they talk about them and their power, their concept, what they got far as history that created that the world that they keep y'all in, far as slavery and stuff like that, them mixing y'all up, them and scattering y'all throughout the country, making y'all forget who y'all are, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Them creating jobs to colonize y'all and stuff like that, using force and stuff and making that most of the time where you got to spend your day. That's slavery. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
And so that led me to conclude that we should aspire to expand the scope and scale of consciousness so that we're better able to know what questions to ask about the answer that is the universe.
Okay, that's what they're trying to do. They all trying to get into that. I'm telling you.
So we should just seem to take the set of actions that lead to a greater understanding of the universe.
Wonderful.
Ain't about nothing. Ain't about nothing. How can we rock them to sleep and stuff so we can be more empowered? What are they talking about?
Actually, these are perfect last words, to be honest, for our conversation, because I don't know right now, like what to continue.
Ostrich.
Because because these words are so beautiful, so I would just like screw it up, and it was wonderful. It was
okay. So
very. It was wonderful talking to you.
His coattail about what he talking about as far as slavery and stuff like that. So let's get down to the business and wrap it up, because y'all kind of get the context from version 1 and part 2. You know what I'm saying? This is their conservative view. This is their practice. This is what they believe. So they entitled to that. So, you know what I'm saying? Let them have that. You know what I'm saying? Now, our belief is that, you know what I'm saying, we go into Jupiter. Don't worry about how we get in there. Just know when people was down on your luck and you was trying to go there and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You did it. You found some way to do it. You feel me? So that's one. Now, my thing about, you know, y'all creating more y'all race or whatever, or more people that think like y'all and stuff like that, that ain't proper mixing. Because, you know, it's just not proper mixing. You know, it's just over exaggerated power, and it don't mean pretty much nothing, like, for real. So, you know, first of all, reinstate the native mind and let the natives do the work that they do, as far as creating and bringing things down here, like the good situations we had, you know, and without having to, you know, brainwash yourself. You know what I'm saying? Forget your history, forget your grandma, just be a slave. What type of, that don't sound like nothing, but you see how they is. They nuclear, you know, this is their thought. So just, I mean, I would just say, like, for the most part, let them have their thought, you know, but you still use your ability to, you know, create something for you and stuff like that. And God be with you too and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And shit, if they want to, you know what I'm saying, they want to just get out the way. Just get out the way. You'll be back. You'll be back. For real shit. I figured out. The native spirit always gonna rise. Rise, ghost dance, all type of shit. But yeah, so that, you know, that's just my little wrap up on that and shit like that. We just don't need no, but fuck what they, you know what I'm saying? Let's just wrap it. Let's just say this. Think about what you need in your life. You know what I'm saying? Before I get to them and what they're, let them how they believe, but think about what you need in your life. What you need in your life, and when you be looking in your daily life, you need people that's honest. You need people that is fair, A to point B. You know, when you get people that be ingenuous and sometimes in their concept and spending time, sometimes they don't have the heart to even help another individual or something like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? They look at it like it's business is business type shit. And so that's just kind of really upholding a order of things, an order of organization. So think about what you need. You know what I'm saying? If your people had the luxury to live good and have pools and stuff like that, maybe shit, maybe that would be nice. Maybe you would be in a better mental space. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that you gotta get it from slavery or nothing like that, but shit, niggas having a little crib, a nice little situation, and be able to do something, be cool, be able to have our, you know what I'm saying, little centers and shit like that, and like that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go to Jupiter. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, let's go, like, let them go to Mars and let us go to Jupiter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody on this mission with me and stuff like that, mission to Jupiter. Real shit. But yeah, so what do you need? You know, do you need teachings of their ways, or that keep you kind of dumb-minded? You know what I'm saying? Or teachers that kind of help you deal with your feelings and emotions and stuff like that. And they're coming from a whole different perspective, trying to control something on a Western hemisphere and stuff like that. That's like not minding your business. That's like being in somebody else's business and stuff. But, you know, the natives didn't really want to fight back like that, because we kind of went through that spiritual energy of getting that blood on our hands and knowing what that could do to a person long term. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how we be coming back to say that, hey, we here again and we know what y'all doing. No matter what age, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And so they create little situations and stuff to view people, shit like that. But yeah, but this is what, you know what I'm saying? So think about what you need in your life. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody just wanting a title so they can overexert their power, or do you need somebody that is sufficient in areas that ain't gonna shoot you because you dark skinned or some shit like that? And they got to watch you blood running and stuff, trying to govern some stuff. Of course, niggas gonna get scared. They not from here. I'm saying y'all over here, so it's just the same. It's this invasion happening in real time. You feel me? So we don't need that. We don't need in on that. We need to be sufficient in other ways, man. But yeah, so this is when it comes down to everybody figuring out what they really need. This is when it comes down to everybody figuring out what they really need and stuff, and what's more important and what's to prioritize right now, because you see it what they about to prioritize. They about to prioritize the right conservative mind and getting rid of socialism in ways. So they about to start taking y'all jobs. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all that was in the free world that they created for that little moment over these last 15 years, like she said, 12 years or whatever, they about to start taking all that shit away, making it harder for y'all. That's the inflation. So now you see the increase in their wealth and the decrease of y'all. So they're trying to make y'all hard for y'all to choose y'all emotions, where y'all spending time watching TV and us and getting lit, and that's giving y'all too many ideas, where y'all spending their tax money and doing what y'all want to do, but it ain't really coming together to create nothing where y'all actually wowing them or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or putting them on some type of game that they gonna be convinced in their power authority role, because y'all not really doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the spirits who are. You know what I'm saying? So this is about adding on. And for the most part, if they want to go to Mars, I want to go to Jupiter. And me and my tribe will set up shop over there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And deal with who we deal with and connect what we connect with, assimilate how we assimilate. You know what I'm saying? And whatever. And we already know the history of if y'all get slaves or whatever. I mean, once the Indians had the slaves and how we do with the slaves. So I ain't saying I want slaves, but I'm just using that as an allegory to know, like, y'all know the Indians wasn't doing their slaves like that. And y'all was getting mad because y'all didn't like the punishment that the Indians gave the slaves. And because they was less harsh than y'all ways. So it made y'all look bad amongst y'all wives and y'all children. So y'all went and outwardly expressed that on to us in some way, because y'all was self-reflecting type shit. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes down to us having Jupiter and shit like that, that we already had that time period far as seeing how it go with that, and y'all saw it was getting power. So is y'all gonna spend a whole nother situation self-reflecting, a whole nother 300 years self-reflecting and throwing that onto other people, or is y'all gonna do some real healing and actually stop justifying why y'all gods and be fair and then let God come in that way? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't being fair. Y'all being fair and being like, are we God? It's sarcastic. Are we God because that's, niggas said that's wrong. If you can't go and tell, but I guess that's y'all wife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like to create y'all wife. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all women had no rights and shit. And then went to they came to America and they saw the Native Americans let the women have more power in the household, in the community, and even the kids, because we ain't necessarily believe in age and shit like that. We believe the spirit can teach anybody. So y'all with y'all women and shit like that and stuff, y'all build the bitch and y'all saying, okay, this is why we created this and got this money and stuff like that. That how like so y'all this how y'all questioning if y'all God or not and shit like that. When it really help y'all. So if y'all just cool, let's not like make it spooky. Let's just be like, okay, we cool with killing motherfuckers. How about that? Y'all come out and say that. Like we cool with killing motherfuckers and being unfair. Like come out and be real type shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to put it in no language and shit and try to create a no, let people know what they is so they can defend themselves. Y'all try to use some snake energy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, snap. But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. But yeah, that's really it, man. But yeah, just get motherfuckers. Y'all just gonna keep self-reflecting and stuff like that. If y'all, that's how y'all want to go down and stuff, and be in narcissism, other people gonna look at that like that's narcissism and shit. And eventually, the world gonna split into other halves and stuff like that. Yeah, it might be good for a minute, you know what I'm saying? It might be good for a time period and stuff, but once people lose, and y'all want to be just one race, and once people lose the natural order, the world gonna start manifesting different. Y'all gonna end up back where y'all started because you finished everything how you start. It's just gonna be y'all with everything but nothing. That's that cold energy from, you know what I'm saying, that type shit. So that's my thing. So let us go to Jupiter. You know what I'm saying, new associated stars symbol. The boy don't get no stupider, and it's not hard. And this is part 2. And shout out to the motherfucker Cito Tribe and shit like that. Hit me up in my DMs, emails, all that. Should we get this shit assimilated? Get your ass in the game.